Just as a heads up, this pod will contain spoilers for Black Panther. Now we got that out of the way. We're coming right at you with episode 12. This is Just Okay Movies.
We're just okay and we play some movies. We're just okay.
Movie watchers.
Welcome, everyone. Welcome back to Just Okay Movies. I'm happy to have you here. Thank you so much for joining us. My name's Biggie Size, and I'm here with...
Oh, Rhino Riding Guido.
Oh, nice.
Hey, what's up? It's the Oscar for Best Millpool goes to me.
Oh, wow. Yo. What's up, everybody? It's spear spinning, bald headed nasty.
Ooh, spin that spear.
Very nice, guys. I'm very impressed. Well,
We're talking about the Oscars, right?
Oh, no.
Whoops. Oh, no.
I changed... Bless these guys' hearts. I changed our topic several times this month. I was being very indecisive. But I do want to talk about the Oscars real quick. I believe, I know you, Guido, and Millpool, you both watched Shape of Water. And what did you think? Do you think it was Oscar-worthy?
It was my favorite movie of the ones that I watched. And
Okay.
I was really pulling for it. I liked it a lot.
Yeah, I thought it was the best of the bunch.
Very
Definitely.
nice. Very nice.
What about you?
I ended up not watching it. I only saw one or two of the movies on the list, and I tell you the truth, the rest of them did not interest me at all. Shape of Water was the only one that did interest me because of Del Toro, and I'm really happy he finally won an Oscar because he takes a lot of risks. You know, a lot of his films are very, you wouldn't really say mainstream, and I'm happy to see that he finally paid off and he won an Oscar. So I'm real happy for him. Which film did you all think was going to win, or did you feel like that one was definitely the winner?
I felt like it was going to win. At least, like, I wanted it to win, and then looking at the predictions, it seemed like it had a pretty good chance.
I made my prediction for best supporting actor and actresses, best actor and actresses, best director, and best movie. And I went 6 for 6. Nailed them all.
Wow.
Nice.
Good job.
For some reason, I feel like you're lying.
I'm
No,
not.
you did.
It's in,
Yeah,
it's in Discord.
There's a record of it.
God.
Well, you did it last year. You called out Moonlight when we were all didn't think that one was going to win. I think we said La La Land. I think that was the majority consensus. Well, what about you, Nasty? Did you watch any of the films? Do you have any
Hell
opinion?
no.
Okay.
You said we weren't doing a fucking podcast about it, and I was like, thank God. I didn't want to watch any of those fucking movies.
Yeah, I wasn't feeling it. I thought Phantom Thread was going to win. But after watching Guido's Discord walkthrough of Phantom Thread, I was like, oh no, that one doesn't seem like it would be a winner. It didn't seem like it was out there enough. But
Phantom Thread is the one that surprised me the most. I went into it not expecting to like it whatsoever, and it turned out to be a pretty decent movie.
Well, you watched the beginning like 6 times, so.
Yeah, no thanks to you.
Oh, I had no clue. What was
I mean,
going
literally,
on.
thanks to him.
Yeah.
Is why you had to restart.
Oh, yeah, I suppose.
Oh, very good. Well, now we got that out of the way. I say we jump into a little film I like to call Black Panther, the newest Marvel film that Disney has graced us with. And I'm going to just come out straight up and say it that I thought this film was a fucking turd. I hated every second of it.
Oh, boy. Wow.
Wow.
All right.
Wait, where are you from again, Biggie?
I'm sorry, what's that?
Where are you from again?
I'm from good old Tennessee, the southeastern portion. We love our gun rights. We love our women. No.
What do you not like?
But
Do I not like
Black Panther.
I don't
Black Panther. Okay.
We don't care for no Black Panther around here. No, but before I jump straight into it, would any of y'all like to do just a quick synopsis of Black? Actually, Guido, you're kind of the comic book person here. Are you familiar at all with Black Panther, at least from a comic book standpoint?
Only somewhat. Only whenever he appeared in crossovers. I never read his solo book.
Why is that?
I just never was into him.
Got it.
Interesting. I'm very curious about how close it fit with the subject material of the comic itself. So, well,
No,
I
he
guess
is the king of Wakanda. That's
Okay.
that's true. There he does. They do harvest vibranium there.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So
What are
that's
his
true.
powers? Did the movie explain what
Everything?
his powers were? I feel like they didn't.
He's like
Maybe I just missed it.
it's like generic superhero powers. He's super strong and he heals fast
Yep.
and
Okay.
is durable.
Right. But he's also the king of a nation. So, he kind of
Yeah, I
has
mean-
that going for him too.
Like I kind of intuited his powers, but I don't remember them ever really talking about them.
I
Right.
think they did in the like animated part as part
At
of the
the beginning?
intro. Yeah,
Okay.
at like
Maybe
the
I
very,
just-
very beginning.
All right.
Yeah, it seemed very vague. Like he just has heightened human abilities. He's just able to jump around, punch really hard. That is what Guido said. Very generic. I might as well be Captain America style abilities. He's just very agile and strong.
Yeah. It's a good comparison, Captain America.
That's kind of how I felt, and that's probably one of the bigger problems I had of the film. But still, we'll go into that later. The basic plot of the film is he becomes king of Uganda. Is that where it was? And
Wakanda.
Wakanda. And they have a very powerful.
Wakanda Sykes.
That's a good one.
You stared at my butt, Larry.
They have shit. They have a substance called vibranium that's very
Yep.
powerful. It can create this great technology and things like that. And they kind of go through a struggle of whether or not they should share this with the rest of the world to help make the world better because Wakanda, thank you, is hidden. No one really knows about it. And that part is kind of interesting. So it's this big power struggle of whether they should help or not. There's other person who's part of his lineage that tries to overthrow him, and he eventually wins. And I think that's kind of the whole story. Anything else anyone would like to add?
I think that pretty much covers it.
Okay,
Yeah.
and here comes the problem with the whole thing. The character sucks. I mean, really, he's not interesting at all. You have someone like Captain America, he's interesting because he was some wimpy guy who was sick and went through a transformation and then got frozen for 40 years. That's kind of cool. You have Tony Stark, who's just an overall asshole, but he has a problem with his heart and he finds a way around it, and he has to deal with people thinking he's better than he even thinks he is. That's interesting. And same way with Hulk, having to deal with his ability. You just have a guy who's just a king, has a few little daddy issues that really doesn't make any sense. He's not interesting at all. I don't feel like there's any way for me to feel bad for him when he deals with some of the things that happen to him. And why doesn't he just use his suit more? Because the suit he has is basically everything proof. Nothing can hurt him. It's almost like Superman. Like, he can get shot to death. It doesn't really hurt him. He can get hit by cars. He can get hit by, like, grenades. None of it kills him as long as he has the suit on. And there's very few times where he doesn't have it on. And the times he does, you're like, why is he not just wearing his suit? So it's like trying to make some sort of, like, sense of danger that he might die. And the times, even when he is about to die, you don't really care because he's just a generic character.
Yeah, you're kind of right there. And the one point where he is vulnerable is when he has his power stripped from him and he can't wear the suit.
And he sucks
Right.
And he sucks. He gets his ass kicked.
Right.
both times.
Right.
Well, the second time or the first time he wins pretty.
Yeah. I don't know. He was still getting his ass kicked pretty well. It was a pretty even fight up until the very, very end where
Yeah,
he got the
he
dude.
almost lost,
Right.
Right.
and then he did
Right.
lose.
Yeah.
So he sucks if he doesn't have it, and we don't even care about him to begin with. Like, it just, I don't know. Am I being too harsh? I just feel like there was no setup for his character for us to really care, other than, I feel like there was more of a setup around the bad guy and us caring for him than it was for the main person, and we're not really supposed to root for him.
No,
Yeah.
we're not. But
I think that's
what
fair.
I think that's what drives a good superhero. Anything is a good villain. Because
Sure.
you look at most of the bad movies, the villains kind of just all over the place, or there's several of them, or it's an army of something. And if you have a very strong villain, that's what kind of sets the tone for the movie, I feel.
Right.
Sure.
Yeah, I felt like the struggle was more not with Black Panther, but with like Wakanda as a whole, and like
And
the
just-
characters around the king, kind of.
Okay.
Yeah, I can agree with that. I think the concept around what Wakanda and what it possesses, and the kind of what would you call the ethical dilemma that they're in. Do you give this power over, and with the chance of it being misused, but the potential benefit of it helping people? It's almost kind of like a Star Trek kind of thing. The needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few, and that's really cool. But it didn't feel like they went far enough in it. Like they just want to kind of skirt that interesting ethical dilemma without really diving too much into it, making it more interesting. It was just more getting back to the fighting. I mean, it just felt like a very copy-paste Marvel film.
Right.
That could have been more if they focused more on those issues. And even the issues of the bad guy. His view of black people rising up and fighting against the what they kept calling white people, colonizers.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of interesting, but it's skirted around it on such a superficial level. Like, why do you even have it in there?
Right. See, I felt like they actually did an okay job with the moral dilemma that he was facing, because he was facing it on multiple different fronts, right? Because his dad was killed at a UN speech where he wasn't able to save him.
Right.
His sister was always talking to him about how they have the technology to help people. His crush, I guess you could call her, because they weren't really lovers. I guess they were ex-lovers or something like that.
Right.
Was always telling him that he should use the technology and the knowledge that they have hidden within Wakanda to help the rest of the world. And it was like, I get it, but it wasn't strong enough, like you said. I think that they did a good job presenting it as not one person saying it. So it felt like the country was all looking at him to do something about it.
Right.
But then you also have all the elders saying like, well, this is the way it's always been. We shouldn't do this. We shouldn't help other people. We should just worry about ourselves.
Right.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I thought his, for lack of a better word, struggle was fairly apparent.
Right.
And well plotted out. Like, he was a brand new king. So all these people talking in his ear about what he should do, he was conflicted on which way to go.
Right. Even when he died the first time when he got the powers. So I guess we forgot to say that too. Like, when you get the Black Panther powers, you actually die and then go talk to the elders and the Black Panthers before you. And when he went and talked to his dad the first time, it was like, you have some shit ahead of you, basically, and you don't understand the moral dilemmas that I had as well. And it definitely became way more apparent throughout the movie when he went back the second time and died, or actually, I guess was dead the whole time.
Right.
And then talked to his dad. He was like, no, I'm doing this different. Like, I'm setting my own path.
Very
So,
interesting. Yeah.
I think that he wasn't so superhero-y in the ways that we see superheroes. I think it was more, he was a superhero in the realm of doing his own thing because it was the right thing to do.
Sure. Yeah. I agree. Go ahead, Millpool.
I mean, I felt all that. I like the whole like, should Wakanda help the rest of the world thing. Just, it felt like a subplot. Like, characters kept mentioning it, but it was never the focus of the story, really.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the focus was, Black Panther and eventually Killmonger.
Well, the
fighting
focus
each
was
other.
people were stealing vibranium. That
Right.
was the whole plot of the movie.
The
Right.
thing that tied everything together.
Right. Until you
Well-
find out why they were stealing the vibranium.
Right.
Who was stealing vibranium? It was Clow and then Killmonger.
and
Yeah.
his uncle at the very beginning.
Yeah, at
Right.
the beginning.
So like throughout the movie, there was 3 different people that were stealing vibranium.
Right. Right.
Yeah, to do what with it though?
To supply but black people, I suppose.
Well,
Just
that's, I mean,
supply
that's
black
what,
people.
yeah.
that's
all
what
it
Killmonger
is.
wanted
Right.
to do, right?
Yeah,
well,
because that's what
also,
his dad
but that's
was
also
doing.
what his dad wanted to do.
Right,
Oh,
And
okay.
Claude just wanted to make money.
right. He was just like the typical Eastern European thug dude, just trying to make money.
Yeah.
Right.
That part of the movie was my favorite. When Claw, like that whole storyline with Claw, I thought that was the coolest. Because they go to South Korea and it's like at that point in the movie I wasn't super invested, but when they did that, I was like, oh fuck, this is awesome. He's like, this is basically like Black James Bond.
Mm-hmm.
And I just thought it was super cool. I thought Claw was a really good character, and like the whole chase scene and up until they caught him, I thought that was all really cool.
Right.
But then like when Killmonger kind of came in, see, I felt the opposite about Killmonger and Black Panther. I thought like Killmonger's character was kind of poorly developed, because he just comes along and he's like, yeah, I'm super bad, I've killed all these people, now I'm gonna
Look at
take
my
over
scars.
Wakanda. It's like, okay, why is this guy such a badass? Like, what makes him so great?
Sure.
Right. It was like all of a sudden his whole character was laid out essentially in a 1-minute clip of like the future CIA fucking like background screens that are like
Right.
whirling around you, showing him the shit that's going on and all the people that he killed and his pictures up there and like all this other stuff. And then all of a sudden it was like, oh my God, it's Killmonger.
Right, yeah.
Right.
I mean, I'm cool with that if they want to make him like this huge badass who
Right.
maybe has like superpowers or something, and that's why he's killed like hundreds of people.
Mhm.
Like, I'm down with that, but I just feel like they didn't really explain it.
It felt mush to me.
Yeah.
Right. Because like Claw at the very beginning, I felt like they built up this whole story and then killed him off and then had this other character that they wanted to fill out the rest of it, but it didn't have, like you said, Mel, it didn't have that like background that you had with Claw that led into it. It was like it was supposed to be split up into 2 separate movies and they kind of like mushed it together into one.
Absolutely. I couldn't agree more. It makes me think about Batman Begins and Dark Knight. Batman Begins, we cover who, Bruce Wayne is and how he gets trained. And he goes against, I forget the bad guy's name. And,
Scarecrow?
Scarecrow.
And Ra's al
Ra's al
Ghul.
Ghul.
Yeah.
And we learn a little bit more about him, the way he thinks. But overall, it's pretty straightforward. Whereas you jump into Dark Knight, you start dealing with a lot more questions about privacy and how far you're wanting to go to be able to stop a madman. And when is it time to say no? You're going to have to do it another way with that whole web of tracking and stuff he developed. And I feel the same way like with Black Panther. They tried to do the same thing. It was starting at the very beginning, go against the main white bad guy, but then they just tried to throw in a lot more ethical dilemmas and issues the second part in, and still with this character you're not too comfortable with. You don't really know how he thinks, and you just don't really care that much about him seeing it through.
That's a good point. I think maybe the movie would have worked better as 2 separate movies.
Yeah.
Where you got people stealing vibranium in the first movie, and then you find out in the second movie that it's Killmonger, and this is why he wants to do it. And then you can hash them out through a whole 2-hour feature film.
And I don't think that they needed to kill off Claw early. I feel like that Claw kill off scene would have been the perfect like intro to movie 2.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Like it caught me off guard while I was watching.
Yeah.
I was like, holy shit, what?
Right. It was cool because I thought Claw was going to be the main guy, the main bad guy.
Same. And I do have to give him that. Like they definitely set that character up to be that way, but then all of a sudden it was like, nah, he's dead. And now fucking Killmonger's dragging him through a field. What?
Right. Yeah, he died like a little bitch, which I agree. It was cool. It was great. I'm like, wow, I'm very shocked by this. It would have been a great beginning to the second movie. I
Right.
totally agree. And I'm guessing they put a lot of emphasis on the vibranium. Sorry, goodness, I can't talk. Vibranium because of Infinity War. Does that play a big role at all?
Not really. I mean, do you want to go into theories? Because I could give you some theories.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, let's hear a bit.
Sure.
So there's the Infinity War is about the Infinity Stones, right? Thanos is this very powerful cosmic kind of being, and he has this gauntlet. Who once he fills it up with the Infinity Stones, becomes basically a god, and he's out trying to collect all the stones. And throughout the Marvel Cinematic Universe, they've shown where all the stones are except for one, and that one is the Soul Stone, which I think, and I'm probably wrong, I could be wrong, but I think it's probably buried under that garden that gives him his Black Panther powers.
Ooh.
The one that they burned.
Right. And I don't think they'd even know that it's there.
Oh.
So I think when Thanos comes to Earth to try and find the last stone, it's going to be a big war, and he's going to discover that it's in Wakanda and unveil this technological city that everybody can see as he smashes through it to try and find that last stone.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
That's what I think. I don't know.
Hey, that sounds cool.
I mean, I'd watch that.
Yeah, that sounds more interesting than this turd.
I don't know if it was a turd. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, I was more into it than I thought I would be. To be
I have
honest.
to preface. I think we mentioned this the last Marvel film I saw. Is kind of I've hit the burnout at Civil War. I hit the burnout hard. I tried to watch that movie like 3 different times, and I couldn't get past when you see him, Tony Stark with his dad. I'm like, I just can't do this. I just cannot put myself through this any longer. I tried Spider-Man. I could not get through that either.
Oh, Spider-Man was so good.
Oh man,
Thor was so good.
Yeah.
There were fun movies in between, but definitely if one is just kind of mediocre, you're just not attached to it.
Right,
I think of Thor Ragnarok, or I think of Spider-Man Homecoming, and imagine watching it before the 20 fucking Marvel Cinematic Universe films came out. If those were made first,
right,
they'd be talked about as the best.
right.
But yeah, you're right. There is burnout there, and it makes the movies not as interesting because you've seen all this fantastic stuff over the course of the past, 9 years. And you're just like, well, okay, Black Panther, jumped over a car and dispelled his kinetic energy from his suit and made it flip, and he did a flip and landed on another car. Wow.
Right.
Like, I've seen the Hulk pick up fucking Thor's hammer and hit him with it,
Right.
which is way cooler. Or I've seen Tony Stark jump out of one Iron Man suit, fly through the air, and land in another Iron Man suit. I could list hundreds of fantastic things that have happened in this universe, and now it's just like Black Panther. Here's another one.
Right. Absolutely.
It's not an arms race though. Like I wouldn't want like continually escalating like cool CGI
Sure.
shit.
Well, why not?
I mean, I'm fine with viewing the character through the limitations that they have, That's not doing a really cool flip isn't what makes this interesting or not.
Agree.
Like I thought, I don't know, I thought the ancestral stuff was pretty cool. When I first saw his suit, I thought it was kind of lame, but then when he goes to like the spirit world and his ancestors are all Black Panthers and trees, I was like, oh, okay, this, it's kind of cool.
They did a good job of world building, and
Yes.
Yeah.
Black Panther has always been like kind of a C tier Marvel hero in the greater scope of things.
Okay.
He definitely spoke to an audience. mainly African Americans. And that's great. I think us as white guys see it as a superhero movie, but to a
Yes.
lot of others, they see it as like this connection.
Absolutely.
There's this, and that's great. I encourage that. It's the same with Wonder Woman. Like women connect with that. They see the first feature length film featuring a woman superhero, and they can finally be like, oh, this is
Mine.
This is mine. I get
Right.
why all these white guys like this.
Right.
And there's something there. You have to appreciate that on both sides of the coin, you know.
Mhm.
And maybe it wasn't super great for me. It was just kind of, it was okay. It was a superhero movie, but there's so
Right.
many people out there that was like, this is mine. This is for me.
Right.
And there's something special about that.
Right. No, I definitely agree
well
that
said.
it was a average superhero movie, but I think that they tried doing some different things with it, right? Like I thought that some of the fight scenes that they had in there were definitely different than previous superhero movies that I've watched recently. Just way more high pace feeling. I don't know how to really explain it.
Sure.
You know, like it felt way faster, and maybe there was just more camera movement that was going on in it. I don't know.
Sure.
I think it just stinks because Black Panther is, in my opinion, for lack of a better word, a very vanilla character.
Right.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think that is the core problem with it, is he was just a very boring playing character that could have been way more interesting. I kind of wanted to see more of the opening was fantastic. What was it, like 1970 something in California, kind of where the whole thing sets up in that guy's apartment.
Yeah.
Like that whole setting, the mood and everything was so cool. I'm like, oh my God, this is gonna be great. I don't know. I kept on thinking like Shaft for some reason. Like he's just gonna start beating the shit out of people. And I guess maybe that was kind of more what I was wanting. And then with the whole fight with the African terrorists or people trading people, whatever they are, guerrilla warfighters, whatever. That was awesome. I was like, I want to see more of that.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
that was so cool.
At
But
the
then-
very beginning, the first fight scene.
yeah, that was so great. Like him just like hiding in the jungle and they're out there looking for him. Like that's just how I kind of pictured him. Like this is what it's gonna be. But then we just go to sprawling metropolis and then some places in Korea. Oh, great.
Yeah.
We've been here before. And then that last fight scene was just, oh man, I did not like the set. Like it just screamed like they just did this on a soundstage in Georgia, you know, where they shoot all of these. Like they just couldn't have made it a little more interesting, not just in a big field. I don't know. It was just a big stinker for me on a lot of parts. I wish it was. I wish they dove more into the ethical stuff. You know, if you're going to be talking about the oppression the white people have had on blacks, let's go all in. You know, let's go further in with it. You know, make it more interesting to just feel like you're just kind of skirting it a little bit, and almost playing. I just think too safe. You know, when you could have made something a little more impactful. But you know, as a Marvel film, it was fantastic. You know, the visuals were great, the acting was good. I wish they went a little more into it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to see like you were saying, the jungle scene was really cool at the beginning. I want to see more of that. I want to see, like, origin story kind of thing, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, maybe there's no origin for this Black Panther. Maybe it would be for his dad or something.
Right. Yeah, his dad
Yeah.
seemed more interesting than he did.
Yeah, they're just I felt like there wasn't a lot of scenes where it was like badass Black Panther. Like,
Right.
there wasn't a lot of that. It was a
Right.
lot of him like evenly matched or outmatched.
Yeah.
Exactly. And just getting
Or
shot.
the suit doing a lot of work.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
The suit covers everything. Like he just cannot die in that suit, and that just that's the whole Superman effect. You know, you have to do it you've got to put some sort of stake. Like there, even Captain America can die from a bullet, if he's not, blocking himself with the shield. But no, Black Panther just stands there and takes it. It's like who cares? But I will say I did like watching the ladies with the spears and stuff. Now that, I actually felt like there was something at stake there. They could get fucking murdered. That was fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they were cool. They were pretty badass.
Yeah, I love that. The lady characters were great. The sister was a little much, but other than that, pretty strong casting. Forrest Whitaker, bless his heart, he gets underused and murdered all the time in these Disney films.
It keeps coming back.
He keeps coming back. That paycheck must be nice. I don't blame him. I'd do it too.
Oh, Woompy Eye.
Dude, that eye, man, it just works so well. It just makes him look so wise. Man, I'd kill for that. But anyways,
I can give you an eye like that.
Oh, you can? Okay.
Yeah, just meet me in an alley and I'll bring a frying pan.
Okay. Hey,
I got a fake you can throw in it too.
Oh, hey, there you go.
Oh, nice.
Is that a fake eye? Does he have
Rachel's?
a fake eye?
Yeah.
No, well, no, I meant
Forrest Whitaker.
Forrest Whitaker. Yeah.
Oh, well, yeah, that too. No, I don't think he does. I think it's just a lazy eye, right?
It looks
Lazy
yeah,
lid.
It must be lazy. Yeah.
I couldn't believe that Andy Serkis was Clow. I had no idea that he was that jacked.
Well, he put on some weight for this role, I think.
Yeah.
He truly is a chameleon.
Well, what do you guys feel about Infinity War? I guess this is the last Marvel film before it's in April, I think. They moved it up a little.
Well, you got two of these, the two Avengers movies.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Yeah, this is a two-parter.
Okay. You guys excited? I think this is the one I'm kind of pumped for.
Well, I'm very pumped. I mean, this is the culmination of all these years.
Right.
This is it. They've had crossover events before. The whole universe is a crossover event at this point, but this is the one where it's just...
Is this going to bring them all together?
Yeah. This is Guardians of the Galaxy are showing up, and everybody's in this. People are going to die. Yeah.
Then I'm pumped.
Dude, I'm ready to see Doctor Strange again. Like, I kind of want more of that character. I want to see him do something.
Do you think it'll be like too much for one movie though? Too many characters.
Depends. It depends how they do it. They're gonna really have to set up a good framework in the first act before they start ushering a bunch of characters in like crazy. I feel. Yeah, I don't know. It remains to be seen. I'm very excited for it. Very excited.
Who do you think's not going to make it through?
I think Cap is definitely dead.
That makes sense.
Cap is absolutely dead.
Why? Because he's boring?
No. Well, one, Chris Evans doesn't want to do the character anymore.
Okay. That's
and
a good reason.
two, a lot of the first generation actors are getting old.
Yeah.
So I think Stark's also probably going to kick the bucket. I think those are the two big ones. We'll see. Thor will always be around. He might get like banished or something, or use as much of his power as he can to where he like becomes mortal and lives his life happily ever after with Natalie Portman or something. But yeah, it's going to be the changing of the guard. I think Tom Holland the Spider-Man is going to be the new like front man. He's going to be the new Tony Stark.
Sure. I could see that. Is Captain Marvel, is she going to appear in Infinity War, or are they holding her off till... Is she? Okay.
I believe so, yeah. Brie Larson is Captain Marvel.
I'm interested to see her in that role. I think that could be kind of cool. Be refreshing.
Yeah. Good actress.
Yeah, definitely. Well, all right, guys. Well, that was Black Panther and a little Oscar, a little Infinity War talk. Covered all the bases. Not too bad.
Ooh, la la.
Hey, all right. Well, I guess that about wraps things up. I believe next month we are going to do Batman and Robin. And I'm not going to change my mind this time. We're going to do it. And after that, we'll see what the will has for us. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for tuning in. Greatly
We
appreciate
gotta rank it.
Oh, you're right. Thank you, Noble.
boy.
I think it's actually the
geez.
second time you've had to remind me. All right, let's rank this guy. All right, so now our list is getting big. Okay, so right now, number 1, we have RoboCop. Number 2, Doctor Strange. Number 3, Star Wars: The Last Jedi. Number 4, Logan. Number 5, Moana. Number 6, Rogue One. Number 7, Avengers of Baron Munchausen. 8, Maybe Stay Out. Number 9, Dungeons and Dragons. And number 10, Battlefield Earth. All right.
Man, we really need to look at that Last Jedi.
Yeah. Why is it
Spot.
so high?
I disagree, man. It was I am still
man.
hearing so much hate over that film, and I don't get it. It wasn't that bad.
Maybe because it's
See,
garbage.
I'm
That's
at
why
the
you're hearing
point-
so much hate.
So with this list,
It was not garbage.
it wasn't garbage, but it was just.
I
not,
think Doctor Strange should be a lot lower.
I agree with that as well. In retrospect, I think Doctor Strange should be lower.
With this list, I'm at like a weird paradox because currently Last Jedi is ranked above Logan.
Yes. Which
And-
I don't think so.
I think I liked Logan more than Black Panther, but I like Black Panther more than The Last Jedi.
Right.
I don't know if any of us agree entirely with the ranking of this list.
Yeah.
Like
I mean-
I would put Moana above Logan, I think, for me.
Same.
And Doctor Strange below both of them, probably.
I would put Baron Munchausen a lot higher.
What?
Yeah, I
Oh,
would,
it
I would
was
raise that one
great.
up too. Yeah.
I-
No.
Oh no.
I thought it was
no.
great.
You guys are forgetting about the 45 minutes of Robin Williams screaming at you.
I mean,
Go back
I would-
and watch it, and we'll talk about it again next month if you still want to move it up.
I was more engaged in that part than I was this whole movie. But hey, to each their own. Absolutely.
But
we may have to do an episode where we bargain with each other about raising one and lowering another. That'd be kind of fun.
That would be fun.
That would be a fun. We might have to do that sometime.
Well, where do we end this list? Where do we end it? Like we're gonna be getting. What if we get to like 25 movies?
Yeah, no, I think that we should chop it to the top 10, right?
Oh, that's not a bad idea. Yeah.
Like let's do that next month. We'll chop it down because next month will be the 13th movie, so we'll have to take 3 off of the top 10.
Okay.
Well, why though? I want to see Battlefield Earth at the bottom of that list.
No,
at all
because
times.
it's fucking well then
I need to
Wilford
see
is number
that.
10.
But I need to know that there's no worse movies than Battlefield Earth.
That is true. That is kind of fun to see those bad movies still on the list. We'll have to talk about it. We'll have to
talk
come up
about
with
it.
something. Absolutely, it's a very good idea. All right. Well, Guido, out of our current list, where would you put Black Panther?
Like I said, I can't place it above.
Just put
I
it
can't
below
pl-
Logan,
No.
so you're happy. That's
No, just downgrade Logan so that way.
Yeah,
it
well, I'd
doesn't-
be downgrading Logan.
I think
just downgrade it. It's
I
fine.
think Logan was definitely a more solid movie than.
I do too, but I'm not putting fucking Last Jedi 2 movies above fucking Black Panther.
Black Panther?
you
Yeah.
have no choice. It's either 2 below that or 2 above Logan.
But
Oh
Last
my
Jedi
gosh.
made you feel something. It may have been hate, but at least made you feel something.
That's not a good argument. Guy cuts me off in traffic. He makes me feel something. Should I go buy him a fucking coffee?
Yes, you should.
Maybe you should.
Yeah, I guess I'll put it right under Logan.
Okay. All right, Millpool, what do you think?
I'm alright with that.
Nasty, what are your thoughts?
I would actually put it below Logan. No, I take that back. What's right below Logan?
Moana.
Yes, below Moana.
Okay, so you would put it under Moana.
Yes.
Okay. Shit. I would probably put it below Logan.
You think this is better than Moana?
No, actually, you're right. You know what? You're absolutely right. I felt more during Moana.
Dude, I can watch Moana fucking monthly. I could watch this more than 2 times more.
I will.
Moana is a good movie.
It's
a fucking great
Moana is a good movie.
The more I think
I'll put
about
it. Yeah, I'll agree.
Yeah,
Moana's
I think
better
Moana
than Black
should be
Panther.
higher.
I agree. I totally
But
agree.
this is way better than Rogue One. Because at least, like, this fits into the universe. Rogue One
Hey,
was
Rogue
just, like,
One's
a
better
fucking...
than fucking Last Jedi too.
Yes, I agree.
Oh, fuck no.
Yeah.
Not
I don't know
even
about
close.
that.
Rogue One was so fucking boring.
You're
Actually-
boring.
I know. No, I totally agree. Moana was a fantastic film, and I would definitely put it there as well. So, all right. So, right under Moana and right above Rogue One is Black Panther. I think that's pretty fair. All right, guys.
It's number 6.
Yeah, middle of
number
the
6
pack.
all time.
Middle
Yeah,
of the
middle of the
pack.
pack.
That's fair.
That's-
I feel
I
like
think-
that's fair.
All right. I really think our bottom 3 are pretty good. I think those are pretty solid ones. Yeah, I'd say middle to the top is where some adjustments could easily be made.
I top 3 definitely needs some adjustment. Doctor
Oh.
Strange sitting at number 2? Seriously?
Yeah, that does seem a little too high. I probably would put Last Jedi above it.
Hey, respect the system. That's what you guys are telling me.
Yeah, we'll talk about it. Thank you guys for listening. Hope you had a
Thank
great
you.
time. And
Thanks.
we'll see you all next month. Take care.
Bye.
Right.
Bye.